Welcome to the greatest show on earth. I'm coming to you medicated and unregulated. I am your host, Joshua Stonecutter, and you are watching Conspiracy in Real Time. We don't discuss too many theories here. We talk about the real stuff that's going on. You guys, they don't like me. I don't know how else to put it. They don't like me. This is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the underground bunkers, also known as portals, right? And we're going to talk about narcissistic abuse and targeted individuals. So, let's talk about these portals. Let's talk about these tubes, because this is the thing, you guys. The places that I'm talking about a major metropolitan area. That's where I know them to be. That's what I'm talking about. Let me put it that way. That's all I'm talking about on my show. Okay, is some of them, right? I mentioned on my show that they have like fake homeless people watching these things. The person who they had watching this one, the one that I was referring to, right? They fired him. They fired him. How do I know that they fired him? Because there was somebody else in his spot today doing exactly what he does, what he used to do. So if you're watching me, keeping tabs on me, are you starting to get the idea that I do know what I'm talking about? It's kind of hard to paint me as a paranoid schizophrenic when everything that I say checks up. At what point, this is a serious question. At what point does the people that I've been going to for help, at what point does it become clear that it is a very real possibility that they're the criminals? I'm talking about my pastor. I'm talking about my parents. And I'm not saying they are criminals. That's not what I'm saying. Because check this out, you guys. I have to watch every little thing I say because this is the craziest thing, you guys. Even though I don't have any viewers, I am being held to the accountability that you would hold a politician to, if not even more severe. And this is, you guys, the people that need to hear what I'm saying aren't hearing it. They're giving me fake followers. They're giving me people that are pretending to be impacted by what I'm saying, but I'm still not actually connecting and communicating with real people. So if you're seeing this, I need you to share my content. I need you to connect with me too. And send me a link to your Facebook page, not a page on Facebook that you've made look like a Facebook profile. Do you see what I'm saying? Not a business page that you've made look like a Facebook page. Your Facebook page, the one, and not one that's edited to where I can't see. Do you see what I'm saying? This is I've been on social media for a while. I can spot a fake Facebook account a mile away. I only have 25 friends on Facebook right now. I'm about to clean half of them out. All right, let me talk about the tracks real quick, and then we're gonna get back into the whole underground portal thing. We got some good ones here today, and I picked this one because of the artwork, and also because of the art. This artist is awesome. This is Oliver Lieb, and it's sub-rom stimulation. Sub-rom stimulation. Sub though, underground, sub. It's all about the underground. This is a track from 1999. We have the main mix, and then we have Johnson mix. But the name of the track is Sub-rom Stimulation. I think there's a lot of computer references in there. You know what I'm saying? It also, to me, this looks almost like, if you flip it upside down, it looks kind of like buildings and stuff, almost but then you flip it upside down, it looks like, this is the way it's supposed to be viewed. This is the right side. This is how it's supposed to be viewed. And I think it's a needle for a record is what it is. But it also, to me, kind of looked like underground stuff, All right, so then we have DJ Tomcraft. We have, what is the name of the track? Oh, Gothic. The name of the track is Gothic. I thought you guys would like this one. So we have the main room. In the main room, we have Oliver Lieb, Sub-rom Stimulation. And then in the underground, right? In underground room, in the side room, the underground room, we have what we have playing right now is DJ Tomcraft Gothic. This track is from 1999. This thing's in perfect shape. I don't think this has ever been played. Maybe once or twice or something just to see how it sounds, but okay. Talked about that. All I'm going to tell you about what I'm smoking on right now is it's some fire. I'll show you this cart that I got today. It's Sunshine Cannabis. Okay, we'll get there we go. Sunshine Cannabis, Afghan Moon, and yeah, this is some fire, guys. We got 81%, so it's great. Some really good stuff there, and it is CO2 extracted. And the terpenes in it are cannabis-derived terpenes. When you get concentrates, you want to go for live resin, or if you can afford it, or live resin. And then if you can't get that, if you're getting like distillate or whatever, I want to get CO2. I always want to get CO2 derived, and always it's CDT, cannabis-derived terpenes. And this goes for if you're down in the underground or up here on Earth, because from what I can tell, this stuff has to be grown on Earth, and I'm not a mathematician, and I don't really have the time or desire to, because I've seen enough, I've found enough. But like, if you're wondering, like, and this is how I know I'm not connecting with real people, okay? Maybe I am. It seems like these are the people I'm connecting with. I'm connecting with people that already know all about this stuff. That's who I'm connecting with. I'm connecting with people that already know all about it, and that's how I know that we are being kept from the general population. Like, people, I don't think there's there's nobody on the internet. There is nobody on the internet talking about the stuff that I'm talking about and giving you the information that I'm giving you. Keep in mind that we haven't had any like real viewers reach out and be like, yo man, you say where these things are, blah blah blah. Like, I'm waiting for somebody to like actually take me up on it. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, come on down here to Florida. As long as somebody's interests are academic or whatever, and they're not interested in doing anything violent, like, yeah, I'll absolutely, like, this is Florida, man, land of making money. I'll sell a tour. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if you want to, like, tour a real, actual, like, real life horror show, you can, like, I don't know, give me $2,000 and come, like, shadow me 24/7 for like a week or two until you're satisfied, and I promise you, you will be. You'll be horrified, satisfied, and horrified. Somehow, the gang stalking, the group stalking is meant to destroy you. It's meant to destroy you. It's meant to psychologically mess with you. The fact that I haven't harmed myself or like accidentally or on purpose is like amazing, quite frankly. The fact that I'm sitting here talking to you, like making like, or talking to you like just being myself, the whole thing is a miracle. The fact that I've made it through this, the fact that I haven't given up. You guys have to understand that this started for me like a year. This started for me like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. It really started when I was born, right? But my journey trying to figure out what on earth is happening and why started about 2 years ago. And when it started, I didn't say I'm going to post this stuff on the internet. I was really just looking for answers. But eventually it got to the point where I was like, oh, I know that I have to post this stuff on the internet and I said to myself, no matter how embarrassing it is, no matter how embarrassing it is, no matter how embarrassing it is. And we're just getting warmed up, you know what I'm saying? For the embarrassment stuff that I've talked about, the tears that I've shed on this show, which are all real, by the way, I'm sure you guys can tell that. I am bipolar after all this. This is supposed to make me exhibit all the signs of a paranoid schizophrenic without me actually being one. They basically try to turn you into one if you're targeted. You know what I mean? And if you're sitting here saying like who's targeted, who are the targeted, you're targeted. That's who. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if this is news to you, then yeah, you are. Then you are being targeted. Watched my show yesterday about directed conversations. You know, I feel like I really did a good job summing up directed conversations. It goes a lot deeper than just that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, people will say words like "artard." You see what I'm saying? Like calling somebody mentally disabled or retarded or something like that, using that word in a negative way. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, just to be clear for the censors or for the AI that's watching, I'm using that word to explain, like, and to say that it's not good to say that word. Do you see what I'm saying? You will walk by people and you'll hear horrible words like that. If you're black, you probably hear the N word. They're not saying it at you, but okay, here's the thing. They are saying it at you, but they'll say it in such a way to where it seems like they're not or whatever. It's just to get into your head. And it's so funny because once you realize this stuff is going on, you guys, it's so easy to pick up on. And it's so funny to watch people stumble around in their own awkwardness because they'll get out like a couple words or phrases that they're trying to say around me because they want me to hear something in particular. But they're focused on that so much that they forget about all this other stuff, like actually having a sentence that makes sense and is worth even saying in the first place. It's like they're just yammering about. It's hilarious. Like I keep saying, and I'm going to keep saying it. Once you know what's going on, the whole thing is like, it's ridiculous and it's quite funny. I'm just wondering who they're keeping the show up for. I think they're keeping it up for their kids. Do you see what I'm saying? Like that's probably who they're scared of hearing me talk. Is children. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, and it's not because this is the funny thing, you guys. No, this is not the funny thing because I've been thinking about this today. I've wondered what they tell other people to get them to treat me like crap. Let me give you an example. If I'm working at a new restaurant or I'm working anywhere, there's going to be people there that are not in the SS, right? They're not in the SS. They certainly don't know about anything going on underground. They don't know about people doing all this weird stuff with concentrated blood or what would you call it? Replicated blood or whatever. They know nothing about this stuff, all the PED stuff. But they have to get these people on board with treating me like crap. And I have this really sick feeling, you guys. This is what my gut's telling me. My gut tells me that they tell other people that I'm the PED. I just have a feeling. I don't know. I don't know but listen, I've worked at 3 different restaurants in Flagler County. And it was the same deal at all of them. And they were all run by, framers. They were all run by framers. You know what I'm saying? They were all run by the builders. Do you see? It says in the Bible that the stone that the builders refuse will be the head cornerstone. But I'm telling you right now, you guys, I'm not that's in the Bible. And quite frankly, with all the lies we've been told, who's to say that Bible wasn't put together by the master of lies himself? It's so contradicting at points, and people who dislike it have pointed that out before. I feel like, or I know now that the Bible it's intentionally confusing and intentionally contradicting. Look, if they have all I can do is this, okay? All I can do is put my faith in the good Lord, right? Because this is what I'm holding fast to. The whole church movement and all that, it couldn't have been completely bullcrap. Just like the witchcraft movement is not completely bullcrap. I'm sure that there are ways to do weird things, or maybe not. I'm second guessing it now that I'm saying, because all the witchcraft stuff is just tricks and lies. So it would be so easy to do a seance and have a hologram of somebody appear. That would be so easy to do, man. Go, if you don't believe me, go to Disney World. They got holograms looking like ghosts floating around and stuff. It's so easy. So, and I was watching, so check this out. I've been watching, I know I ramble a lot, but you guys who know conspiracy stuff, all this makes sense, okay? I was watching on Netflix this show about Merlin the magician, right? And his um, Merlin is young, right? And his master, his mentor or whatever, he's always saying like, he comes in at the most ridiculous gaslighting times. He's like, yes, because it's magic, it's magic, it's magic. And he keeps saying, and I keep thinking like they want to stress that so much. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people that are involved in witchcraft that believe in this stuff when really it's just like science. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, man, if we do this enough times around somebody and don't explain it, and like within the whole group stalking thing, eventually it will cause them anxiety or whatever. I'm past all that now, by the way. Like, I am getting past it because I don't want to like sit here and talk on a high horse because I'm not on one, right? But like, I was able to go out today and collect the amount of signatures that I expect to collect in a day. And I was able to do it in like 4 hours, 4.5 hours, plus the drive there and back, so it's like an 8-hour day. But still, I was only boots on the ground working for like 4 hours, and I did really good. But they came at me extra hard today, None of the stuff that happened is worth mentioning because it's the same crap over and over again. The people doing it think that it's so special, and it's like they're like, you know what I'm saying? They're always like watching me. You know what I mean? The people who are there to mess with me are always watching me. I don't feel like I'm always being watched by everybody. Everybody's out to get me. If everybody was against me, then who in the heck is signing these petitions that I'm getting signatures on? Do you see what I'm saying? If everybody's involved, then like who's signing these petitions? You know what I mean? Like who are these people? And so it's not everybody. I don't think everybody's involved. I don't think everybody's looking at me. But I do get approached by individuals every day that I am working, like to the point where if there was a private detective or an FBI agent shadowing me, he would be arresting people on like a daily basis. He would be arresting people on a daily basis or like a bi-daily basis within my proximity. If they had the technology to sit there and boom, 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 but the technology that I know exists to sit there and cross-reference the people who are approaching me in person and cross-referencing it with the people who are looking at my stuff on the internet, and they'll see a direct correlation. The people that are like viewing a lot of my stuff online and making a lot of comments, especially on TikTok, isn't it weird that they're also stalking me in real life too on occasion? Doesn't that seem a little bit alarming and scary considering the fact that there are a ton of children on that app? You see, this is the deal, you guys. And this is why I said to my folks when I was trying to convince them to listen to me, thinking that they didn't know about this stuff or like thinking that they needed convincing, right? Not knowing that they know more about, they know way more about this than I do. There's people that know infinitely more about this than I do. There's a chance that a lot of the people who are coming up out of these tubes are coming from another quote unquote planet. Because if ours just has a big root system at the bottom, it's probably connected to a tree and, there's other branches to the tree. Our world might just be like one dewdrop. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. It's also possible that everything I'm seeing is from Earth and is on Earth, and everything I'm seeing has to do with these tunnels and tubes and stuff. By the way, you guys, they do have them going into people's houses as well. They're going into people's houses, but the ones that I'm talking about and the ones that I'm focusing on right now are the ones that are in major metropolitan areas. They're the ones that anybody at all can go out and see for themselves. Anybody. Period. Anybody can go witness and see what I'm seeing. This stuff is not rocket science. And for the people that are monitoring me, that are or that are, I disapprove of you. I disapprove of you. I disapprove of what you're doing. Well, then why did you guys make me and design me and program me the way that you did then? Because that's another eerie thing, you guys, is me thinking like I am supposed to be doing all of this, but my timing's off. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I might be like 2 or 3 years too early, or 5 or 10 years too early. It's possible. Because I feel like my whole life has been leading up to this. And check this out, you guys. I'm going to keep saying this. I was not out looking for this stuff. The reason that I have found this stuff and the reason that I have discovered this stuff and learned this stuff and realized this stuff is because you people will not stop messing with me. That is why. It's because it's your own fault. It's narcissistic abuse just gone insane, just gone crazy. All right, let's move on to the next topic, which is narcissistic abuse in targeted individuals. All right, the narcissistic abuse goes like this. Somebody sits there and pokes you, and pokes you, and pokes you. Maybe it's literally, or maybe it's metaphorically. And then when you turn and look at them and say, hey, you turn around and there's, a few people there and you say, hey, whoever's poking me, please stop. And everybody just stops what they're doing and looks at you and says, dude, bro, nobody is poking you. What are you talking about? And that might work like one time if somebody, you know what I mean? You might just be like, no, man, somebody's poking me. And all three people are like, dude, we're sitting here. Like, we promise you, man, nobody's poking you. That's the gaslighting. That's the narc abuse. Then you say again, then it happens again. You say you're getting poked, metaphorically or physically, and they tell you that it's your fault. Maybe they blame you, accuse you of being super high or not having enough sleep or whatever. So if you have a spouse or a loved one and you try to talk to them and this is how it goes if they're narcissists. The first thing is an outright denial. They could be sitting there looking at a dog with its whole chest and sternum split wide open and its whole insides spilling out onto their carpet of their living room. And you could be sitting there talking to a narcissist saying, what did you do to the dog? It's bleeding everywhere. And he would be sitting there saying, or she would be sitting there saying, no, 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 it's not what you think. That's how it goes down. You could catch them with their mouth on another person. And it's going to be, no, 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 no. So the first thing that they go to is, you are wrong. You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. You didn't see that. You didn't hear that. You did not experience that. And then the next step is to suggest that it's you that needs help. This is what happened when I spoke with one of the Hofers from Gainesville, Florida, whose father works at the University of Florida. When I told them, listen, we both know somebody who has PED symbols on their door of their dwelling. They have PED symbols on the door of their home. They have PED symbols to the left side of their door. 2 of them. So altogether they have like 9 or 10. They have like 8 on their front door, 2 more on the side. Okay? And in addition, they have pictures of naked children in their photo albums. Also, I recall being tranquilized when around this person. And her response is to tell me that I have some kind of mental problem and that I'm having some kind of anxiety. So this is how you have to talk to somebody who, and this person claims to be a mental health counselor. And I kindly said to them, I said, listen, this looks and feels like classic narcissistic abuse, but just to be clear, you're telling me that this person has PED symbols on the door of their house, to the left of their house. They have pictures of naked kids in the photo albums of which they have a ton, by the way. Their photo albums, that's their collection. Do you see what I'm saying? Because serial R word, people that do the R word to people, you know what I'm saying? And serial killers, people, anybody who likes to do the R word to kids or other people and they do it as a serial person, they keep a collection. All right. So I'm talking to this person, one of the Hofers, and I'm saying, look, they have a collection and it's photos and you can go look at them. Also, you can see these images that are on their door of their house that the FBI recognizes as PED symbols. And her response was to tell me that I need to go see a doctor and that I'm having anxiety. And I told her, like I said yesterday, I said, my anxiety didn't cause this person to go put these things on their door. My anxiety didn't cause this person to stalk. Like, what percentage do you think their photo album is of naked children? It's probably like 30% of their photos are of naked kids. It makes me feel sick because I'm one of those kids. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm in those pictures. It's everybody. Look, everybody at the church. Look, there's a reason why nobody can see my videos, you guys. And I know now one of the things that I need to do, I believe there's many things that I'm going to have to do, but I know one of the things I need to do. And this is so difficult for me, you guys, the whole thing. The whole thing. It is really, really hard. All of it. Every bit of it. Because at any point, I could have just let this all be. And I could have kept, most all of my family, most all of my friends. But something wasn't right. And now that I'm really opening up and looking at it, I think I'm right about a lot of stuff, you guys. I think they've been doing the R word to me anytime I've been relapsing bad. Because look, I don't want to get into particulars, but like my entire adult life, it was messed up down there. So this could have been happening because they set me up with friends and all that. This could have been going on. It could still be happening now. I'm serious. It could still be happening now. And one of the things I read about in like this MK Ultra stuff was about the mind control victims, like still being victims of S trafficking even as adults. And look, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it in the girls I've dated and stuff. You guys, a year and a half ago, I had a girl who I used to date have me like, we had unprotected sex, right? And then I didn't see or talk to her for a while. How do I know that she didn't have a child? Because she's in this whole thing. She was adopted, which means that it's likely that she was adopted by somebody who adopted her to do the R word and stuff. That's how, look, you guys, now that I am researching this stuff and now that I'm trying to talk to people who I know, you guys, I can't find people who are not involved in it. One of the Hofers who I went to for help, boom, blocked me. I told her about 3 factual statements about somebody that we know, and all she could say was, oh, well, that person would never do that, which is going back to what I said a second ago with the narcissistic abuse. It's immediate, outright denial. No, I didn't call that other person. No, I didn't kiss that other person. No, I didn't cheat on you. But it gets a lot worse than the cheating, you guys. It gets into if you're dating a narcissist, that means they're into the PED stuff too, as well. And if you have children, I don't even know what to tell you. If you have children, I don't even know what to tell you. Except there are some interesting things that we should know when it comes to kids and psychologists and doctors. Why is it that we're focused on their heads so much, in our own heads so much, when we should be at least checking them? Why are we not just looking? Why are doctors not even taking a glance down there? Like, hey, let's make sure, because like I got to be honest with you, this is just blowing my mind, you guys. Like, am I the crazy one? Please comment. Please tell me if I'm the crazy one. But it seems to me from just a medical perspective, all right, and I am talking just from a medical perspective here. If I was a pediatrician, which I believe, if I'm right, that's a doctor that works with kids, right? If I was a doctor that worked with freaking children, you would think that upon hearing things like this, you would start doing things like checking your patients down there. Because if somebody would have given me an exam down there when I was young, they would have said something is very wrong with this child. I want to be clear about what I'm saying because I'm talking about myself here, and I feel like I can say whatever I want about myself. And I said this, I was going to talk about this stuff no matter how embarrassing it is. All right. A paranoid schizophrenic couldn't sit here and talk like this for 30 minutes, but that's what they want you to think I am. Oh, yeah, I'm paranoid schizophrenic. Me being paranoid or schizophrenic didn't make me have to have surgery on my beehole when I was in my 30s. Being a paranoid schizophrenic doesn't look. If a doctor would have checked me down there when I was a kid, if my doctor, which I can say his last name, right? Dr. Zovelson, he's probably still alive. The dude's probably in the underground. He's probably in the underground. Look, and I feel like I went over to his house one time too. I feel like I went over to his house one time. When I was a kid, we knew where his house was for some reason. Why did my parents know where his house was? Anyways, he knew. They all knew. You'd have, like, looking at it now, like, you have to be an idiot not to, which is why, like, I keep wondering, like, am I the last person? Is that why my brother used to always watch Last of the Mohicans with me? Because I thought it was just because we both like North Carolina and stuff. Is that me? Because, you guys, I'm really starting to wonder if I am the last of the Mohicans. If that's, like, partly what this is all about. You know, I just don't know. And something that I'm never going to know because check this out, you guys. I found the answers to a lot of my questions. And, like, it's a real smile. Like, I feel good about it, man. Like, I have every single person that I've gone to for help has been there to try to get in my way. And if they wouldn't have stopped messing with me, if the people who are, like, fake homeless people are doing whatever those people are doing in these cities, you guys, I don't know how much of this is about, like, the extracting fluids from other people. Because think about, okay, I'm going to give you an example, all right? I had dislocated my shoulder. This is the thing I keep going back to, okay? I call it the Michael Jackson drug, okay? It's the drug that killed Michael Jackson, right? It's interesting that this is the drug that killed him. We may all be given this because we may be getting given this on a regular basis. So check this out. I was in an emergency room. I had dislocated my shoulder. It was out of the socket. And I was sitting there saying to the guys in the ER, I said, listen, don't just pop my shoulder back in. You know, like, I've seen this done on, like, movies and all this other stuff, and it seems like it would really hurt. So can't you guys put me under real quick? Like, and I said, and it's funny because I was just being silly or whatever. I was like, you know, just give me that Michael Jackson thing that knocks you out. Because I've always been into, like, really researching substances. And from what I understood, the drug that Michael Jackson died on is a drug that you give somebody and it just, boom, makes you fall asleep and wake back up. Okay, so now check this out. When I was in the surgery to get my shoulder worked on, I said, because I was on pain medicine at the time. I was taking oxys and stuff, so I wanted them to give me even more oxys, of course. Even though, anyways, so, like, that's like a totally different. It's like a totally different. When you're an addict, like, there's two things going on at all times. There's whatever's going on in front of you, and then there's, like, the little guy behind you that's like, yeah, we need to get high, we need to get high, we need to get high. So, like, the little guy in the back was like, oh, hold on, I got something to say too. And I said to the surgeons, I said to the guys in the operating room at the ER, I said, hold on, I need to tell you one more thing before you guys put me under, you know? And they said, dude, we're done. We're done. You just woke up. I was like, what in the world? You guys, it blew my mind. Like, for me, I literally just, like, my eyes hadn't even, and so I'm wondering, man, like, how often have I been given that before? I could have been given that at after parties. I could have been given that after I fell asleep by girls I was dating. The possibilities are endless, man. And so, like, for all the people that think they're targeted or whatever, like, if you are like me, then you do have some kind of substance abuse problem. You need to manage it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I manage mine with ganja, you know? And even that, I smoke a ridiculously large amount of it. A ridiculously large amount. But it's better than doing, like, all the stuff that they were giving me when I was growing up. hearing myself say this stuff, by the way, like, it does sound crazy to me, you know, but it is true. Like, I still have to check myself. Like, I'll have these moments where, especially when it comes to thinking about my grandfather, my aunts and uncles, my brother, where I have these moments where they're reacting and they're just saying, what on earth? Like, why would you even think these things? And for a second, I'm thinking it too. Like, why on earth would I even think these things about my own family? But then I'm like, oh, wait a second. There's all the like blatant direct lies that my mom and dad did about designing our childhood home after a PED temple, the Temple of Solomon thing. You know what I mean? Oh man, if they had, look, if I'm telling you right now, if Robert, the person I call dad, Rob Earth, if he hadn't bought me if he hadn't bought me the worst car he could find and then proceeded to rig it and set it up to systematically break down on me, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. I wouldn't be sitting here. You know, we wouldn't be sitting here. Anyways, so if you're targeted, you need to protect yourself. Trust nobody. They'll even turn your own children against you, from what I understand. And if you have children, I don't really know how to say this, you guys. Statistically speaking, for me, okay, if you have children, then it's not looking good. If you have children, it's not looking good. Okay? Because if I'm talking to you and you have kids, then that means that you have a spouse, right? So when is the spouse alone with them? When do other families members take them out? Does another family member like to take them out regularly to church or something, or on a Saturday night? Yo, instead of checking people's heads, they need to be checking their B's, okay? They need to check people's B's instead of their heads. I don't really know how else to say it. It's just so simple. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because they do like to reverse everything. They like to flip everything upside down. So all these problems that we're having that come from being abused, having horrible R-word stuff done to us as children, in my case, being horribly drugged. And they say that it's all just stuff in my head, you know? The interesting thing is that now, today, this is my problem. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's what targeted individuals need to realize. That it is your problem today. You have to do something about your mental state. Nobody's going to help you. In fact, in case you haven't caught on from watching this episode, everybody that you encounter is out there to get you down in some way if you are a targeted individual. And I pray for you and I pray for me that we will find people for ourselves that are not out there to do malicious, horrible things, you know? Because check this out, you guys. I think that they're getting ready to give me cancer, and I don't think I'm ever going to meet meet a girl again. Which, if I'm right about the girls that I have dated in the past, you know what? I don't even know if I want to date a girl again. Because these girls that I genuinely loved and genuinely fell in love with, every single one of them was just there as like part of this thing. Which oddly and scarily enough looks like some of it has to do with like, there's a lot of R-word stuff. There's a lot of like sperm extraction. Like, what are you guys doing, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, like, and then you want us all to walk around like we're normal and everything's fine after you've done all this stuff to us? It's utter insanity. It's totally just, talk about F'd in the A, man. You guys are F'd in the A. Oh, man. And I'm trying to find people that are like not okay with like, that are like, you know, generally in the same boat as me, like, generally speaking. You know what I'm saying? Because I assumed everybody was. I thought everybody, like, I knew and just assumed when I met people, like, yeah, like, of course we believe it's horrible to, like, do the R word with children. But apparently I'm the dum-dum, and so are you if you're scratching your head, like, and there are, I can't find, look, I can't find people who, this is just insanity, but I can't find people who are, like, actually adamantly against it. I can only find people that are participating in it. And this is in Gainesville. It looks like they're participating in it. Maybe they're just all playing a joke on me, and they're just trying to make me think that, to make it look like they're doing this. Maybe there's like a big Christmas joke on me. If you're targeted, tighten up. If you're targeted, tighten up. No, no, no drugs, no booze. No drugs, no booze. Look, nothing changes if nothing changes. Somebody posted a comment and said, what does your brother think about all this? It's so funny because after hearing all the things that I've talked about, all the things I've said, oh, you know what? No, this person had commented before. He commented about other things. I have no idea what my brother thinks about this. I'll probably call him here in a couple weeks and tape it and see what he says. But I don't know that I'll even be talking to my brother. I'll probably be talking to like a clone that looks like my brother or something. You know, I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing. But look, man, this stuff is hard, okay? This stuff they robbed me of my entire youth. My entire childhood, my entire youth I was robbed of. Everything was like just plastic and fake for me. And now as an adult, the harassment and the abuse continues. I don't think I can find a lawyer that will represent me. I really don't. But all a lawyer would have to do is like literally just shadow me for a short period of time. I could go get a job. I could go get a job anywhere and they would see immediately how poorly I'm treated. It's insane. It's insane. And the reason why, I don't know. I have a few different reasons. And the worst one, the one that my gut is scared of the most, is that this is all being done just because it's like them playing with their prey before they kill it. And if you're getting group stalked aggressively, it's because like you're on the way for them sending you off to the butcher factory. That's what I'm scared of. Because nobody will tell me what nobody will tell me what is at that address down in Floral City or Brooksville or whatever. Nobody will tell me what that is in that field. Nobody. I tried to post about it on 8kun. Oh, it said flood detected. Let's check this out, you guys. It would not let me post on 8kun. It would not let me post on 8kun. That's how crazy and screwed up this is. You think 8kun is cool? I can't post on there. It says flood detected. Do you know what that means? I think that's actually like really nice. That's actually kind of cool. That's like the most feedback I've ever gotten. Like that is like them telling you like, yo, what you're getting ready to... That's literally them telling me what I'm posting is too hot for the internet. That's what they're saying. That's what 8kun said to me today. Flood detected. Because it kept doing all these errors. And then finally it said flood detected. And I had to look up what that meant. And what it means is what I posted doesn't line up with 8kun's blah, 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 blah. Because the entire internet is run by the PEDs. That's probably the only viewers I have. It wouldn't surprise me. It would explain why I can't find any genuine actual people to be friends with. I can only find people that want to like try to manipulate me in some way on this subject. This is a serious question, and then I'm going to bounce. It's getting to the point where like I'm thinking, because this is the thing, you guys, I would never extort anybody. Okay. I don't know. I would never do blackmail. I don't know how to blackmail somebody. I don't know how to extort somebody. Also, I'm just one person. But it's getting to the point where like I'm wondering who I need to talk to in our government and in our military to be like, hey, listen, like, first off, prove to them like, yeah, look, I do know what I'm talking about. And I do know where some of these places are. And then second, like, can we talk about like reaching some kind of agreement or something? Because this isn't about just the portals or the holes. This is about me being abused my entire life, and like every single senator and congressman and governor and pastor in the state of Florida knowing about it. Plus like 60% of the citizens knowing full well that it's going on. Oh, and by the way, where are all the Floridians anyways? these are the questions that, you know, I kind of want to start talking. Like, I feel like I should talk with somebody in the military about, or in our government about. Because I'm not going to stop talking about it. And I'm wondering if they might have an interest in me stop talking about it, not talking about some of this stuff. Like, yeah, maybe we should hold off on that. Okay, well, because just hiding me on the internet is only going to work for so long. Just hiding me on the internet and stuffing me in a closet to where nobody can hear me is only going to work for so long, because it's a metaphorical closet. Do you see what I'm saying? There's workarounds. And if you've been paying attention, and this is for the 3-letter agencies, you guys know that I'm the king of workarounds. You guys know that I'm the king of workarounds. That might even be like what you primarily use me for in the research capacity, like with my brain and stuff, is for the workarounds. I've been having to work around this is from like a programming perspective. I've been having to work around everything my entire life, every job, every friendship, everything. I've had to find workarounds for everything. No wonder I'm so good at them. Man, obviously I'm fired up today. I did good today at work. They tried to mess with me today. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't let it happen. I didn't let it get to my head. Did you see what I'm saying? I didn't let it get into my head. I got enough signatures to where I was happy, like totally happy leaving when I left. So, yeah, if you're with the SS, this is how you know I know what I'm talking about. You guys fired your little portal watchman, and now you have my buddy watching over them. Oh, and when I asked him today, so you got promoted? What was his response? Yeah. What does it mean when he leans over to the right? What's it mean when he leans over to the right? Yeah, obviously I know what I'm talking about. Peace out, you guys. Please share my content.